My beloved child, stop what you are doing right now. This is not a coincidence. This is not just another message you stumbled upon. This is a divine interruption, and it has been placed in your path for a reason that cannot be delayed. I am calling you in this very moment because what is about to unfold in the next 2 hours will shift something so deeply in your life that nothing will ever feel the same again. You may not understand why you felt drawn here. You may have been scrolling, distracted, or even resisting something inside your spirit. But I tell you this with absolute certainty. This message was meant only for you, not for the crowd, not for those around you. This is sacred, sealed, and assigned to your soul alone. There is a reason you must not share this. There is a reason this moment is between you and me. Listen carefully because time is already moving. There is a door in your life that has been quietly standing open. You may not have seen it clearly. You may have felt it only as a whisper, a gentle pull, or a strange sense that something is about to change. That feeling is not your imagination. That is me preparing you. And now, that door is beginning to close. Yes, close. And once it does, it will not open again in the same way. This is why I needed your attention now, not later, not tomorrow, not when it is convenient. Right now. Because within the next 2 hours, something hidden will begin to surface. Something you were not meant to see until this exact moment will come into the light. And when it does, it will require you to respond, not with fear, but with clarity and obedience. Do not ignore this stirring in your chest. Do not brush off the weight of these words. You have been chosen because your spirit is ready, even if your mind is still catching up. I have seen your struggle. I have seen the nights you questioned everything, the silent battles you fought where no one else could hear your cries. You thought you were alone, but you were being prepared. And now, the preparation meets the moment. Archangel Michael is near you even now, standing as a guardian in the unseen. There are forces you cannot see that have been trying to distract you, delay you, and pull you away from this exact encounter. But you are still here. That alone should tell you something powerful. Protection has been covering you, even when you didn't realize it. This is not a message of fear. This is a message of awakening. In the next 2 hours, you will notice something shift, whether it is a conversation, a realization, a sudden clarity, or an exposure of truth. It will not be random. It will be the answer to something you have been silently asking for. But here is what you must understand once you see it. You cannot unsee it. And that is why this moment matters. Stay here. Stay present. Do not rush away. Because what comes next will reveal why you were called, why you were chosen, and why this message had to reach you before the door closes. Tell me, are you ready to receive what has been waiting for you? There is something you must understand, and it may challenge everything you thought about coincidence. You were not randomly selected for this moment. You were not just another person passing through. There is a spiritual alignment that has taken place, quietly and patiently, leading you to this exact second. And whether you fully realize it or not, your soul has been responding to this call long before your mind became aware of it. You have walked through seasons that others could not survive. There were moments when everything felt uncertain, when the ground beneath your feet seemed to shift without warning. You faced confusion, betrayal, delays, and questions that had no immediate answers. But what you did not see in those moments was the shaping that was taking place within you. Every hardship was refining your spirit. Every delay was positioning you. Every unanswered question was building a deeper awareness inside you. This is why this message is not for everyone. Not everyone has endured what you have endured. Not everyone has developed the sensitivity to feel when something deeper is happening beneath the surface. Many people would ignore this moment. Many would scroll past it, distracted by noise, unable to recognize the weight of what is being offered. But you stopped. Something within you paused, leaned in, and listened. That is not ordinary. That is a sign of spiritual readiness. You have been trained in silence. There were times when you had no one to explain things to you, no clear guidance, no visible support. And yet, you kept going. You kept searching. You kept holding on to something, even when you could not name it. That persistence was not weakness. It was preparation. You were learning how to discern, how to feel truth beyond words, how to recognize the difference between distraction and divine direction. And now, that discernment is being activated. The reason you must not share this message is not about secrecy for its own sake. It is about protection. There are moments in life that are sacred, moments that are meant to be held, processed, and understood before they are spoken. If shared too soon, they lose their clarity. If exposed too early, they can be misunderstood, diluted, or even disrupted. This is one of those moments. This is between you and the divine timing that has been orchestrated specifically for your path. There is also something else you need to recognize. You have been sensing that something is about to change. Perhaps you could not explain it. Perhaps it showed up as restlessness, as a feeling that something is ending or something new is trying to break through. That feeling is real. It is not anxiety. It is not confusion. It is awareness. Your spirit has been picking up on a shift that is already in motion. Archangel Michael hath been assigned to guard this transition. His presence is not distant or symbolic. It is active. There are unseen movements happening around you right now, aligning circumstances, redirecting outcomes, and preparing the revelation that is about to come into your awareness. You may not see it with your eyes, but you will feel it in your spirit. A sudden clarity, a moment where everything begins to make sense in a way it never did before. But this clarity requires something from you. It requires your attention, your stillness, your willingness to trust what you are about to perceive, even if it challenges your current understanding. Because what is coming is not meant to confuse you. It is meant to free you. It is meant to show you something that has been hidden in plain sight, something that you were not ready to see until now. This is why you were chosen. Not because you are perfect, not because you have everything figured out, but because you are ready to see, ready to understand, ready to step into a truth that will change how you move forward from this point on. So do not doubt your presence here. Do not question whether this is really for you. Every word is reaching you at the exact moment it was meant to. And as the next phase unfolds, you will begin to understand why everything you went through had to happen exactly the way it did. There is something you were never told, not because it did not exist, but because the timing to reveal it had not yet arrived. Until now, my child, there has been a quiet presence around you, something subtle, something that did not immediately raise alarm, something that blended into your daily life so naturally that you may have overlooked it. It could be a situation, a pattern, or even a person whose energy is not fully aligned with your purpose. It has remained hidden, not to harm you, but because you were not yet ready to see it clearly. But now, the veil is lifting. In the next 2 hours, a truth will begin to surface. It will not come loudly or dramatically at first. It may appear as a small realization, a shift in how you perceive someone, or a sudden clarity about something that never quite felt right. Do not ignore this moment. Do not dismiss it as overthinking. This is not confusion. This is revelation. You have been feeling it for some time, haven't you? That subtle discomfort, that inner hesitation when something did not fully sit well within your spirit. You tried to rationalize it. You gave it the benefit of the doubt. You told yourself to be patient, to wait, to trust. And while your patience was not wrong, it is now time for discernment to take its place. Because not everything that stays in your life is meant to remain. There are attachments, environments, and even conversations that carry a weight you were never meant to carry long term. And what is about to be revealed to you is directly connected to something that has been draining your clarity, delaying your progress, or quietly influencing your direction. It may not be obvious at first, but once you see it, you will feel it deeply. This is your warning, not one of fear, but of awareness. Archangel Michael stands near you in this moment, not only as a protector, but as a revealer of truth. His presence is cutting through illusions, breaking apart anything that has been disguising itself as harmless when it is not aligned with your higher path. This is not to cause panic. This is to bring freedom. Because once truth is seen, it loses its power to deceive. You may feel a mix of emotions when this realization comes. There may be surprise, even disappointment, or a quiet sense of confirmation that something you suspected is now undeniable. Allow yourself to feel it, but do not let it overwhelm you. You are not being shown this to hurt you. You are being shown this to release you. And here is what you must remember. Once this truth is revealed, you will be given a choice. You can ignore it and remain where you are, continuing to carry something that was never meant to stay. Or you can accept it, step into clarity, and allow a necessary shift to take place. This choice will not feel easy, but it will be clear. And in that clarity, you will find your strength. Do not speak of this too quickly. Do not rush to explain it to others. This moment is sacred. It is meant to settle within you before it is shared with the outside world. There is a reason this message came with a warning of silence. Because what is being revealed is not for everyone to understand. It is for you to act upon. Trust what you feel. Trust what you see. Trust the sudden knowing that will rise within you, even if it comes quietly. Because this is the moment where hidden things come into the light. This is the moment where confusion begins to break. This is the moment where you step out of uncertainty and into truth. Type "I receive the truth" in the comments if you feel this message aligning with your spirit. Blessing code 531 has just been released over your life. And as this truth begins to unfold, understand this. What you are receiving is not just for you to hold, but for light to multiply through others who are still in darkness. When you respond to this divine moment, you become a vessel that allows truth to reach souls who are still searching, still waiting, still lost in confusion. The word says, "Give, and it will be given to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over." This is not just a promise. It is a living voice speaking directly into your moment. And now, hear this call within you. I am ready to help this message reach others. What you do right now carries weight beyond what you can see. When you choose to support this mission through Super Thanks or through the PayPal link placed in the description and QR code, you are not just giving. You are sowing into a harvest of transformed lives. You are helping this light travel further, faster, reaching hearts that are on the edge of their own breakthrough. Do not delay this response. There is an urgency even in this act. As you give, heaven sees it as alignment. As you release, blessings are set into motion over your life. Your generosity becomes a seed, and that seed will not return empty. So step forward in this moment. Act with purpose. Give as you are being led, and know that what flows from your hand will return to you multiplied, covered, and blessed. There is a moment in every life that does not repeat itself. A moment so precise, so divinely timed, that if it is missed, it cannot be recreated in the same way again. This is one of those moments for you. The door that has been quietly present in your life is not just symbolic. It represents an opportunity, a shift, a pathway that has been held open by divine grace. You may not have recognized it fully until now. It may have appeared as a situation you kept returning to, a decision you kept delaying, or a feeling you could not quite explain. But now, it is becoming clear that this door hath been waiting for your response. And now, it is beginning to close. This is not meant to frighten you. It is meant to awaken you. Because the closing of this door is not punishment. It is the natural movement of divine timing. There are seasons for access, and there are seasons for transition. What was once open for exploration now requires a decision. What was once available without urgency now demands clarity. You have been given time. More time than you realize. There were moments when you sensed you should act, but you hesitated. Moments when you felt a nudge to step forward, but uncertainty held you back. And still, the door remained open. Not because it would stay open forever, but because you were being given space to grow into the awareness you now carry. But that space is narrowing. In the next phase of what is about to unfold, you will feel this more strongly than ever before. There will be a sense that something is shifting out of reach, not because it is being taken from you, but because it has fulfilled its purpose in its current form. The door is not closing to block you. It is closing to redirect you. This is where many people misunderstand divine timing. They think a closing door means loss, rejection, or failure. But in truth, it often means completion. It means that what you needed to learn from that space has already been given. What you needed to see has already been revealed. And now, staying there would only delay your next step. But here is the part that requires your attention. Before the door fully closes, there is still a moment, this moment, where your awareness can change everything. You are not powerless here. You are not watching something slip away without purpose. You are being invited to respond with understanding. Ask yourself honestly, what have you been avoiding? What truth have you been delaying? What step have you been sensing but not taking? Because the answer to that question is directly connected to this door. Archangel Michael stands as a guardian at this threshold, not to prevent you from moving forward, but to ensure that nothing unaligned crosses with you into what comes next. His presence is creating a boundary, separating what belongs in your future from what must remain behind. This is protection, even if it feels like pressure. You may feel an urgency rising within you now, a sense that you cannot remain passive any longer. That feeling is not anxiety, it is activation. It is your spirit recognizing that time is no longer stretching. It is narrowing into a point of decision. Do not let fear interpret this moment incorrectly. This is not about rushing into something blindly. This is about stepping forward with awareness. You are not being asked to have all the answers. You are being asked to trust what has already been shown to you. Because once this door closes, it will not reopen in the same way. There may be other doors. There will be other opportunities. But this exact alignment, this exact combination of timing, understanding, and revelation, this is unique. And that is why it matters. You are standing at a threshold right now, whether you can see it or not. And what you choose in this moment will shape what unfolds next. So do not turn away. Do not distract yourself. Do not convince yourself that this can wait. It cannot. Because what is closing is not meant to trap you. It is meant to move you. And if you step forward with clarity, you will not lose anything that was truly meant for you. Instead, you will find that what lies ahead carries a greater alignment, a deeper peace, and a truth that you no longer have to question. The door is closing, but your path is opening. There is a presence around you right now that you may not be able to see, but you can feel it if you become still enough. It is not your imagination. It is not coincidence. It is the protective force of Archangel Michael, standing at the edge of this moment, watching, guarding, and preparing you for what is about to unfold. You must understand something clearly. This is not just a personal situation you are facing. There are deeper layers to what is happening. There are unseen influences, spiritual movements, and energies that operate beyond what your physical eyes can detect. And in moments like this, when truth is about to be revealed and decisions carry lasting impact, protection is not optional. It is necessary. That is why Archangel Michael has stepped in. He is not distant. He is not passive. His presence is active, deliberate, and precise. He stands as a defender against anything that seeks to confuse you, distract you, or pull you away from the clarity that is now being given to you. You may have noticed recently that certain things that once had a strong hold on your attention are beginning to lose their grip. That is not random. That is interference, being removed. There are forces that do not want you to see clearly. Forces that thrive in confusion, in delay, in uncertainty. But they cannot operate in truth. And that is exactly why this moment is so important, because truth is rising, and where truth rises, illusion cannot remain. Archangel Michael is cutting through those illusions now. You may feel this as a sudden shift in your thoughts, a clearer sense of direction, or even a quiet strength that seems to come from nowhere. That is his influence. He is not controlling your choices, but he is clearing the path so that your choices can be made without distortion. There is also a deeper level of protection taking place, one that involves separation. Not everything around you is meant to move forward with you. Some connections, some patterns, and even some internal beliefs have reached their limit. And as you approach this moment of revelation, Archangel Michael is ensuring that anything misaligned does not cross over into your next phase. This may feel uncomfortable at first. You may sense distance where there was once closeness. You may notice changes in how you perceive people or situations. But this is not loss. It is alignment. You are being guarded from carrying what no longer belongs to your future. And here is something even more important. Archangel Michael is also strengthening you. Because protection alone is not enough. You must also be able to stand in what is being revealed to you. You must be able to trust your discernment, to act on your understanding, and to remain steady even when emotions rise. This strength is being activated within you right now. You are not as uncertain as you once were. You are not as easily shaken as you used to be. There is a growing stability within you, a quiet confidence that does not need external validation. That is not something you created on your own. It is something that has been built within you through every experience you have walked through, and now it is being reinforced. Archangel Michael is not here to make your decisions for you. He is here to ensure that when you do decide, you are doing so from a place of truth, clarity, and protection. So when the moment comes, and it will come, do not second-guess yourself. Do not shrink back into old patterns of doubt. Trust what rises within you. Trust the clarity that has been forming. Trust the sense of knowing that may not have words but carry certainty. Because you are not alone in this. Even now, as you listen, there is a covering over you. A shield that you cannot see but is very real. a presence that is ensuring that what is meant for you reaches you, and what is not meant for you is kept at a distance. This is divine protection in action. And as the next moments unfold, you will begin to notice just how precise this protection has been. Things that could have gone wrong will not. Situations that could have confused you will suddenly make sense. Paths that seem uncertain will begin to clear. Not because everything around you has changed instantly, but because you are now seeing through the lens of truth, guided and guarded by a force that does not fail. So stand firm in this moment. You are protected. You are guided. And nothing that is not meant for you will be able to stand in the way of what is now being revealed. There is a truth that has been standing quietly at the edge of your awareness, waiting for the right moment to step fully into the light. It has not been hidden from you completely. You have sensed it in fragments, in brief moments of clarity, in feelings that came and went without explanation. But now, that truth is no longer willing to remain partial. It is about to become undeniable. This truth may be connected to a person in your life, someone whose presence has felt familiar, consistent, perhaps even trusted. There may have been no obvious reason to question them, no clear evidence that something was misaligned. And yet, deep within, there were moments, small, almost unnoticeable, where something did not fully settle in your spirit. You felt it, but you moved past it. You told yourself not to overthink. You chose understanding over suspicion. You gave space, patience, and time. And while those choices were not wrong, they also allowed something to remain in your life longer than it was meant to. Now, that is changing. What is about to be revealed is not necessarily something dramatic or explosive. It may not come as a confrontation or a sudden exposure that others can see. Instead, it may come as a shift in your perception so clear, so strong, that you can no longer view this person or situation the same way again. And that is where the real revelation lies. Because once your perception changes, your response must also change. This person may not even be aware of what is about to be uncovered. Their actions, their words, or their intentions may have carried layers that you could not fully interpret before. But now, those layers are being stripped away. Not to create conflict, but to bring truth into alignment with your path. It is important that you do not react impulsively when this happens. This moment is not about confrontation. It is about understanding. It is about seeing clearly, without distortion, without emotional overwhelm, and without rushing into decisions that are not grounded in clarity. You are being given insight, not pressure. Archangel Michael is still present in this moment, ensuring that what is revealed to you is accurate, not influenced by fear or assumption. His role here is not only to protect you from external harm, but also to guard your perception from being clouded. Because when truth arrives, it must be received with a steady mind and a clear spirit. You may notice a sudden sense of distance forming within you, a quiet realization that something no longer feels the same. This is not something to resist. This is your awareness adjusting to truth. And sometimes, truth creates separation. Not always in a physical sense, but in an internal one. You begin to see where boundaries are needed. You begin to understand what could remain and what must change. You begin to recognize that not every connection is meant to continue in the same way. This is not a loss. This is alignment. It is also possible that the truth being revealed is not about a person, but about a situation you have been holding on to. A belief, a hope, or an expectation that has shaped your decisions. Something you believed would unfold in a certain way, something you invested your energy into, something you trusted would lead you forward. And now, you are seeing it differently. This kind of realization can feel quiet but powerful. It does not always come with strong emotion. Sometimes, it comes with a calm certainty, a knowing that something has reached its end or needs to transform. And in that knowing, you are given the opportunity to release what no longer aligns. Do not fight this moment. Do not try to hold on to what is already shifting. Because what is being revealed to you is not taking something away. It is making space for something more truthful, more aligned, and more stable to enter your life. Trust your perception. Trust the clarity that is forming within you. Trust the shift, even if it feels unfamiliar, because this is not confusion. This is not doubt. This is the unveiling of something that was always there, waiting for you to be ready to see it. And now, you are ready. What you do with this truth will shape what comes next. There is a movement already unfolding around you, even if everything appears normal on the surface. The next 2 hours are not ordinary. They are a window of activation, a precise moment where what has been building quietly within and around you begins to take form. This is not about something random happening. This is about alignment reaching a point where it can no longer remain hidden. You may be expecting something dramatic, something unmistakable and immediate. But understand this, what is about to happen may begin subtly. It may come through a thought that feels different from your usual thinking, a realization that arrives with unusual clarity, or a sudden shift in how you interpret something you have seen many times before. Pay attention to those moments, because in those moments something is unlocking. There may also be an external trigger, a conversation, a message, an interaction, or even a brief encounter that carries more meaning than it seems at first. It may feel small, almost insignificant, but the impact it creates within you will be unmistakable. It will connect pieces that once felt scattered. It will answer something you did not know how to ask. This is how transformation often begins, not with noise, but with precision. Within this 2-hour window, your awareness is being heightened. You will notice things you may have overlooked before. Patterns will become clearer. Emotions that once felt confusing will begin to make sense. It will be as if a lens has been adjusted, allowing you to see with greater depth and understanding. Do not rush through this time. Do not distract yourself with unnecessary noise. This is a moment that requires your presence. You may feel an inner pull to pause, to reflect, to step back from everything that usually occupies your attention. That pull is intentional. It is guiding you into a space where you can receive without interference. If you ignore it, you may still experience the shift, but you will miss the fullness of its clarity. And clarity is what you need right now. There is also something else that may happen, something deeper, something more internal. You may feel a release, an emotional weight that has been sitting within you, perhaps unnoticed, may begin to lift. It could come as a sense of relief, a quiet calm, or even a moment where something that once troubled you no longer holds the same power. This is not accidental. This is part of the transformation. Because before you can step into what is next, something must be let go. Archangel Michael is actively working within this window, not only around you but within your awareness. His presence is guiding what is being revealed, ensuring that what reaches you is not overwhelming but clear and purposeful. He is not forcing anything upon you. He is aligning what is already ready to surface. This is why timing matters so much. If this moment had come earlier, you may not have understood it. You may have dismissed it, misinterpreted it, or resisted it. But now, you are in a place where you can recognize it, where you can feel the truth in it, where you can respond without confusion. That is what makes this different. There is also a sense of urgency within this window, not pressure, but importance. What you notice, what you feel, and what you understand in these next 2 hours will set the tone for what follows. It will influence your next decisions, your next steps, and the direction you begin to move in. So remain aware. Remain open. Do not second-guess the clarity that comes to you, even if it feels unexpected. Because what is happening is not meant to disrupt you. It is meant to realign you. By the end of this window, something within you will be different. You may not be able to explain it immediately. Others may not see it, but you will know. There will be a shift in how you see things, how you feel, and how you understand your current situation. And once that shift happens, you will not be able to return to how things were before. That is the nature of true transformation. It does not ask for permission. It arrives when you are ready. And right now, you are standing in the exact moment where readiness meets revelation. So stay present, because what unfolds in these next 2 hours is not just an event. It is a turning point. There is a reason you were told not to share this. It is not about secrecy in the way the world understands it. It is about obedience. It is about discipline. It is about proving that you can hold something sacred without the need to immediately release it. Because what is being given to you right now is not ordinary information. It is spiritual insight. And spiritual insight requires protection while it is still forming within you. Many people lose what was meant for them not because it was taken away, but because they exposed it too early. They spoke before understanding. They shared before clarity had fully settled. They invited opinions, doubts, and outside voices into something that was meant to grow quietly within them first. And in doing so, they disrupted the process. You are not being asked to do that. This is your test, not of silence alone, but of trust. Can you receive something meaningful and allow it to settle within you without rushing to explain it? Can you hold a revelation long enough for it to take root, to become clear, to become strong? Because once it becomes strong within you, no outside voice will be able to shake it. But if it is still fragile, still forming, still unclear, and you expose it too soon, it can be influenced. It can be questioned. It can be weakened. Not because it was false, but because it was not yet fully established within you. This is why silence matters. Silence is not emptiness. It is protection. In this moment, your silence is creating space. Space for understanding to deepen. Space for clarity to settle. Space for your spirit to fully recognize what is being revealed without interference. You may feel the urge to speak, to tell someone what you are experiencing, to seek confirmation, validation, or advice. That urge is natural. But this is where your obedience becomes important. Not everything needs to be spoken immediately. Some things need to be lived, felt, and understood first. Archangel Michael is present even in this instruction. His role is not only to protect you from external forces, but also to guide you into discipline. Because discipline is what allows spiritual insight to become wisdom. Without discipline, insight fades. With discipline, it transforms you. You are being trusted with something right now. Trusted to hold it, to honor it, to respect its timing. And how you respond to this trust will determine how clearly the next steps unfold for you. If you remain patient, if you allow this moment to fully develop within you, you will find that your understanding becomes stronger. Your decisions will feel more certain. Your path will feel more stable. But if you rush, if you break this moment by exposing it too quickly, you may find yourself confused again, unsure of what you felt, questioning what was once clear. This is not a punishment. It is simply the nature of how truth unfolds. It requires space. It requires stillness. It requires trust. And this is your moment to demonstrate all three. Hold the code. Let it settle within you. Let it grow without interference. You will know when the time is right to speak, when the clarity is complete, when the understanding is no longer fragile. Until then, remain grounded in what you have received. Type "I will trust" in silence in the comments if you are choosing to honor this moment. Blessing code 842 is now being activated over your life. And as you hold this sacred instruction within you, understand that your obedience is not only shaping your path, it is opening doors for others who are still waiting in darkness. Every moment of clarity you protect becomes a light that can reach someone else at the exact time they need it. The word declares, "Those who sow in obedience will reap in abundance," and this is your moment to respond as a faithful vessel. And now say within yourself, "I'm ready to be used for something greater." When you choose to support this mission through Super Thanks or through the PayPal link provided in the description and QR code, you are not simply giving. You are planting seeds into lives you may never meet, but who will be transformed because you acted. Your generosity becomes a river, carrying truth, healing, and awakening to those who are searching for exactly what you have just received. Do not hesitate in this moment. There is a divine urgency even in your giving. What you release now returns to you in ways that go beyond the physical. It aligns you with favor, with protection, with increase that flows from obedience. So act with faith. Give as you are led. Step into this moment with boldness, knowing that what you sow will not be lost. It will multiply, it will grow, and it will come back to you covered in blessing. As this moment continues to unfold, you will begin to notice signs, subtle at first, but unmistakable once you become aware of them. These signs are not random occurrences. They are confirmations. They are signals that what you have just received is active, real, and already moving within your life. The first sign will come from within you. You will feel a shift in your thoughts. Something that once felt confusing will begin to make sense. You may find yourself looking at the same situation, the same person, or the same decision, but your perspective will be completely different. It will feel clearer, lighter, and more certain. This is not overthinking. This is clarity settling into place. Pay attention to that clarity. It will not come with noise or pressure. It will come with calmness, a quiet knowing that does not need to argue or prove itself. It simply exists, steady and firm within you. It is one of the strongest signs that this moment is real. The second sign will appear in your emotions. Something that once carried weight, worry, doubt, attachment, or even fear will begin to loosen its grip. You may notice that something you were once deeply concerned about no longer feels as heavy. It is not that the situation has completely disappeared, but your connection to it has changed. This is release, and release is a sign that you are moving forward. You may also feel a sense of peace that seems to come unexpectedly, not because everything around you has suddenly become perfect, but because something within you has shifted. That peace is not external. It is internal alignment. It is your spirit recognizing that it is no longer in conflict with what is true. The third sign may come through your environment. You may notice changes in how people interact with you. Conversations may feel different. Some may become clearer, more honest, more direct. Others may feel distant or less engaging than before. This is not coincidence. This is alignment taking place around you. When your awareness changes, your environment responds. People who are aligned with your path will naturally begin to connect with you in a more genuine way. Those who are not may begin to drift, not always dramatically, but gradually. This is not something you need to force or control. It will happen on its own. Trust that process. Another sign you may experience is timing. Things that once felt delayed may begin to move, or situations that felt uncertain may suddenly present a clear direction. You may receive information, opportunities, or realizations at just the right moment. It may feel almost too precise to be accidental. That is because it is not accidental. It is alignment unfolding. You may also notice repetition, certain thoughts, messages, or ideas appearing more than once within a short period of time. This is not coincidence either. This is reinforcement. It is a way of ensuring that what you are meant to see is fully recognized. Do not ignore these repetitions. They are guiding your attention. There is also a deeper sign that may not be as obvious, but it is just as powerful. You will feel a growing sense of separation from what no longer aligns with you. This does not always feel dramatic. Sometimes it is quiet. You simply no longer feel the same attachment, the same interest, or the same emotional connection. What once held your focus begins to fade in importance. This is not loss. This is transformation. Archangel Michael continues to stand as a guide through these signs, ensuring that what you are experiencing is not confusion, but clarity. His presence is steady, allowing you to move through these shifts without becoming overwhelmed. You are not being left to figure this out on your own. You are being guided through it. And as these signs appear, one after another, you will begin to realize something important. You are not the same as you were before this moment began. Something has shifted. Something has aligned. Something has awakened. And this awakening is not temporary. It is not something that will fade once the moment passes. It is a new level of awareness that you now carry with you. So do not question what you notice. Do not dismiss what you feel. These signs are not meant to confuse you. They are meant to confirm that what is happening is real, purposeful, and already in motion. And the more you trust them, the clearer everything will become. Now that you are aware, now that the signs are beginning to unfold, there is something required of you in this exact moment. Not tomorrow, not later, right now. You are not being asked to do something complicated. You are being asked to respond with intention. The first thing you must do is pause. Not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. Step away from distractions, even if only for a short time. This moment requires your presence, and presence cannot exist where there is constant noise. Turn your attention inward. Allow everything you have just received to settle without interruption. This pause is not an activity, it is alignment. When you pause, you create space for clarity to deepen. You allow your thoughts to organize, your emotions to settle, and your awareness to fully catch up with what is being revealed. Without this pause, you risk moving too quickly, reacting instead of responding. And this moment requires a response, not a reaction. The second thing you must do is acknowledge what you now know. Do not deny it. Do not minimize it. Do not try to explain it away. Whatever realization has come to you, whether about a person, a situation, or yourself, accept it fully, even if it feels uncomfortable, even if it challenges what you once believed. Truth does not need your approval to exist, but it does require your acceptance to guide you. When you acknowledge it, you give yourself the ability to act from clarity rather than confusion. The third thing you must do is release. This does not always mean letting go of something physically in this exact second. It means loosening your grip. It means allowing yourself to step back from what no longer feels aligned, even if the full separation happens gradually. You do not have to force anything, but you must stop holding on to what you now recognize is not meant to remain the same. This release may feel subtle, but it is powerful. It shifts your energy. It creates space. It allows what is next to begin moving towards you without resistance. The fourth thing you must do is trust your discernment. You have been given clarity for a reason. Do not second guess at the moment it becomes clear. Do not allow doubt to creep in and distort what you have already recognized as truth. That will try to return. It may sound like your own thoughts, questioning what you felt, asking if you are overreacting, suggesting that you wait or ignore it. But you must understand, this doubt is not stronger than your clarity unless you allow it to be. Stand in what you know, even if it is quiet, even if it does not feel dramatic, even if no one else understands it. This is your awareness, and it is enough. The fifth thing you must do is remain still in your spirit. This does not mean doing nothing. It means not rushing ahead of what is unfolding. There is a difference between action and impatience. You are not being asked to force the next step. You are being asked to allow it to reveal itself naturally as you remain grounded in what you now understand. Archangel Michael is still present, ensuring that as you take these steps, you are not moving blindly. His presence is guiding your pace, helping you avoid unnecessary conflict, unnecessary confusion, and unnecessary delay. You are not alone in this process, but you must cooperate with it. That means staying aware, staying calm, staying grounded in what has already been revealed to you. There is also something else you must do. Protect your energy. Be mindful of what you allow into your space during this time. Conversations, environments, and even your own habits can influence how clearly you remain connected to this moment. Choose calm over chaos. Choose clarity over distraction. This is not the time to overwhelm yourself. This is the time to strengthen what has just been activated within you. And finally, you must remain open. Do not close yourself off after this realization. Do not become rigid or resistant. What is happening is a process, not a single event. There is more that will unfold, more that will become clear, more that will guide you forward. But it begins with what you do right now. To pause, acknowledge, release, trust, remain still, protect your energy, and stay open. These are not just steps. They are your response to a moment that has the power to change everything. And how you respond will determine how clearly the next path appears before you. There is something you need to face with honesty, not fear, but truth. Every moment of clarity carries with it a responsibility. Not a burden, but a choice. And what you choose to do with what you have now received will shape what comes next in your life. You have been shown something for a reason. You have felt something shift within you for a reason. You have recognized something that you cannot unsee for a reason. And now, there are only two paths before you: acknowledgement or avoidance. If you choose acknowledgement, you step into alignment. You move forward with clarity. You allow what has been revealed to guide your decisions, even if those decisions require change, even if they require courage. This path may not always feel easy, but it will feel right. It will carry a sense of peace beneath the uncertainty, a quiet confidence that you are moving in the direction you are meant to go. But if you choose avoidance, something else happens. Not immediately, not in a way that feels dramatic at first, but slowly, subtly, you begin to disconnect from the clarity you were given. The truth that once felt strong begins to feel distant. The certainty you felt starts to weaken. And before you realize it, you find yourself back in the same patterns, the same confusion, the same uncertainty that you were just being let out of. This is not because the truth disappeared. It is because it was ignored. Ignoring this message does not erase what has been revealed. It delays the transformation that was meant to follow it. It keeps you in a place that no longer fits you, holding on to something that has already shown you that it needs to change. And over time, that creates a deeper discomfort. You may begin to feel restless again, unsure again, questioning things that were once clear, not because you are lost, but because you stepped away from what was guiding you. This is how many people remain stuck, not because they never receive clarity, but because they do not act on it when it arrives. You are not being warned to create fear within you. You are being reminded of your power, because you are not someone who is unaware anymore. You are not someone who is moving blindly. You have been shown something specific, something personal, something that applies directly to your life, and that awareness changes everything. Archangel Michael is still present, but even his protection works in alignment with your choices. He can guard you, guide you, and clear the path, but he does not force you to walk it. That decision remains yours. And this is where your strength comes in. It takes strength to accept truth. It takes strength to act on it. It takes strength to step away from what is familiar when you know it is no longer aligned. But that strength is already within you. You have used it before, even if you did not realize it at the time. Every challenge you have overcome, every moment you have pushed forward despite uncertainty, that was strength. And now, that same strength is being called upon again. Do not underestimate yourself in this moment. You are capable of responding to this. You are capable of choosing clarity over comfort. You are capable of stepping into alignment, even if it requires change. And here is what you must remember. Ignoring this message does not protect you. It does not keep things the same. It only delays what will eventually need to happen. Because truth does not disappear. It waits. And the longer it waits, the louder it becomes. So you have a choice right now, not one that needs to be rushed, but one that needs to be recognized. Will you move with what you now know? Or will you turn away and allow this moment to pass without action? This is not about perfection. It is not about having everything figured out. It is about willingness. Willingness to accept. Willingness to trust. Willingness to move forward, even if the path is not fully visible yet. Because what you do with this moment will not just affect now, it will shape what comes next. And deep within you, you already know which path is right. All that remains is your decision to follow it. My precious child, now that you have come this far, now that you have stayed, listened, and allowed this moment to unfold within you, I want you to release every trace of fear, every lingering doubt, and every weight that tried to settle on your spirit. Because what has just happened is not something to be afraid of. It is something to be grateful for. You were called into this moment not to be shaken, but to be awakened. Not to be confused, but to be aligned. Not to lose anything that truly belongs to you, but to be guided away from what never did. Take a deep breath and feel that truth settle within you. You are safe. You are protected. You are guided. Even now, there is a peace surrounding you that you may not have noticed before. A quiet stillness that feels different from the noise you are used to. That peace is not accidental. It is the result of alignment. It is what happens when your spirit begins to come into agreement with truth. Hold on to that peace. Let it anchor you. Because as you move forward from this moment, you will not be walking blindly. You will be walking with awareness. You will be walking with a clarity that you did not have before. And even if everything around you does not change instantly, something within you already has. That is where true transformation begins. Archangel Michael remains by your side, not just in this moment, but in the path ahead. His protection does not end here. His presence continues, guarding your steps, ensuring that what is meant for you finds its way to you, and what is not meant for you is kept away. You are not alone after this message ends. You are covered. And as you move forward, you will begin to notice something else, a deeper trust forming within you. A trust that does not rely on external validation. A trust that does not need constant reassurance. A trust that simply knows, even in silence, even in uncertainty. That trust is your strength. That trust is your connection. And that trust will guide you into everything that is meant for your life. Do not rush ahead. Do not try to force what comes next. Everything will unfold in its proper time, just as this moment did. All you need to do is remain grounded in what you have received. Stay aware. Stay open. Stay aligned with the truth that has been revealed to you. And when you feel uncertain, return to this peace. Because this peace is your confirmation. It is the sign that you are exactly where you need to be. Now receive this final assurance: nothing that is truly meant for you will be lost. Nothing that is aligned with your purpose will pass you by. And nothing that has been revealed to you will be without purpose. You were chosen for this moment because you were ready. And now, you are moving forward with something that cannot be taken from you: clarity. Type "I am aligned with my path" in the comments if you receive this message with an open heart. Blessing code 999 has now been released over your life, sealing this moment with peace, protection, and divine direction. And as this message settles into your spirit, understand this: what you have received is not meant to stay with you alone. It is a light, a flame, a living word that is meant to reach others who are still searching, still waiting for their moment of clarity. The Lord declares, "Whoever sows generously will also reap generously." And this is not just written, it is being spoken into your life right now. Say this within your heart: I am ready to help carry this light forward. When you give through Super Thanks or through the PayPal link in the description and QR code, you are not supporting a channel. You are becoming part of a divine mission. You are helping this message reach the one who feels lost, the one who is on the edge of giving up, the one who needs this exact word at the exact right time. This is your moment to act in faith. Do not hold back. Do not delay. As you release your seed, heaven responds. As you give, doors open. As you move in obedience, blessings are set into motion over your life in ways you cannot yet see. So step forward now. Sow with purpose. Give with expectation. And receive the overflow that follows obedience.